as a leader. If people naturally come to you for guidance, for comfort, or even for advice, it's because they already recognize that you have those leadership qualities and you have something that you can offer. So, to shift your belief, instead of waiting for a sign that says, you're ready, go do it now, realize that your lived experience and wisdom are enough. You're already qualified. So take action on that. And again, if you want the cheat sheet, you can get the belief and the suggestions. But I recommend for this that you write down three major challenges that you've overcome in your life. And these experiences hold the lessons that you are here to teach. So document those, and that will be a great way for you to start breaking down the barrier of that belief. All right, let's look at the second limiting belief. The second limiting belief is if I talk about my spirituality, people are going to think I'm trying to push my beliefs on them. All right. This belief is really interesting because it's a belief that I struggle with, but I struggle with this belief because I do, okay? And look, I do try to push my beliefs onto people. I am a culprit, okay? So if so this is a big, it's not a fear of mine because what I do is I back down. I'm like, Crystalline, calm down. You are not God, okay? But one of the biggest fears that comes along with stepping into spiritual leadership is worrying about how other people will perceive you. All right. So, for example, you might say something like, "My family doesn't believe in all this woo-woo stuff. Um, I don't want to come across as preachy." Or what if people think that I'm trying to convert them? Right? So, spiritual leadership is not about pushing your beliefs onto other people. All right. I'm just passionate. Let's face it. I get very excited about what I do and I love talking about it and I'm intense. And so people are I know that they are like, girl, you are intense. But what I also do is I back down. All right. So, what I try to do is embody the beliefs and walk my talk instead of like talking. All right. People don't really learn from lectures, they learn from witnessing transformation. So when you lead by example, the right people will feel drawn to your energy. They'll be drawn to your wisdom and to your message. So you won't have to ever try to convince anyone of anything. I mean, honestly, if you're watching this video, it's not like I said, oh, you must watch this video. You probably just watched it because it's interesting and you wanted to hear. So, this is a space, and this is the space where I talk about my stuff. I don't bring my conversation or I don't bring my spiritual beliefs into conversations with people unless it's open and that's what we're talking about, then yes. But I talk about other stuff, right? So, to shift this belief, understand that you don't have to convince anyone of anything. Just embody what you believe, and those who resonate will naturally follow. So, try to think of someone whose energy inspires you. What do they do that makes you feel drawn to them? And then you can start thinking about how you can also embody that same kind of energy, but in your own way. All right. Again, if you want all this information, you can get it in the cheat sheet. The ladies will drop the link. Actually, if you haven't already dropped the link, ladies, please go ahead, and that way people can just go ahead and download the cheat sheet. All right, let's take a look at limiting belief number three. This is a huge one. It is not one, okay, it is one that I witness very often. Okay. I live in Paris, France. This is huge here. But this is not a belief that I let stop me at all. All right. So the belief is this. No one around me is interested in spirituality. My gifts don't belong here. I have heard so many people say this, and it's, I can understand, but it breaks my heart because they feel truly hurt and alone. And the thing is, if you've ever felt like your spiritual gifts or your wisdom don't really have a place in your community, you really want to come break out of that belief because it's more limiting for you than it is for anybody else. Because it's not true that other people are not interested in spirituality. It's more that you are focused on the people who are not interested in it, and you're ignoring all the other people who are eager and hungry to hear your spiritual uh, insights. So you might be saying something to yourself like, the people around me aren't interested, they're not spiritual, okay? I don't know how to find my people. I feel like I'm an outsider in my own world, okay? Keep in mind that every community has its healers, guides, and wisdom keepers. Now, you don't have to live in a yoga retreat center to be a spiritual leader. Your community, your family, your friends, your workplace needs your presence, your insights, and guidance more than you realize. And the thing to understand is that you don't have to be, again, this is from the previous belief, you don't have to be preachy. You don't have to be like some kind of, out of place person who is trying to beat people over their head with your spirituality. Instead, just be kind, listen, and be generous. And when there's an opening, when someone needs compassion, give them real authentic compassion. And if there's no need for compassion, just enjoy your life and enjoy the people around you, and stop pointing fingers at them saying that they don't like you, because it's probably not true. So, to shift this belief, understand that your gifts aren't meant to fit into any old mold, okay? You're not meant to be like everybody else, and your beliefs are not meant to be embraced by everybody. Your beliefs are there, and they're meant to create a space for something new. You are meant to learn how to nurture your ideas and your community. You're meant to be who you are and allow source energy to work through you. So instead of looking for people who are ready to agree with you, just offer value wherever you are. Like I said, you can be compassionate, you can be empathetic, you can just be kind. All right. You can share insights, and you can be a safe place for people to come for deep conversations. And you can watch how your presence opens the minds of people and naturally attract people who are willing to listen to you. All right, y'all. Here's our fourth and last belief. I can't lead others until I have everything figured out. I don't want to give bad advice. I don't want to seem like a fraud. All right. I totally hear you on that. You want to have all your ducks in a row. You want to make sure that you have your stuff together. I totally get that. I respect that. However, there's a really good chance that you are also a perfectionist. I know I'm saying that, like, and you're like, you don't even know me, but you know it's true. The reason I know that it's true is because number one, I'm hearing about this all the time and I'm watching it, especially with the way things are going right now. It's like we're looking around and we're seeing all these beautified people living these beautified lives, and it seems like everybody's perfect. And what we don't see is all the challenges that we're going through. And so there's like this feeling like, oh, I'm going through challenges. I don't have my stuff together. I'm not like her. I'm not like him. I can't put myself out there until I get like her or I get like him. Like I have to have all these things together. It's not true. That's perfectionism at work. And I just don't want you to have to feel like that because it's false. We actually like you the way you are. And the only thing you need to do is to get yourself out there. And here's the other thing that I think is really important. Um, when you put yourself out there and you don't have your shit together, you actually are learning. When you don't put yourself out there and you just hide and talk about it, you never learn. You don't grow. You don't expand. I'll tell you, you can dream about doing 100 videos, but really all you need to do are like 3 videos, and then you have this whole video thing figured out, and then you can just start making videos that are great and they'll be wonderful, and people will love you and what you have to say. All right. So, some of the things that people say, some of the things that new coaches say, they say things like, I'm still dealing with my own struggles. I haven't figured myself out. I can't help other people. It's so not true. They say things like, I'm not an expert. I don't want to give bad advice. And they say things, well, what if I don't have the answer to my clients' questions? Okay. Now, the thing that I want you to understand is that no spiritual leader has all the answers. No coach has all the answers. The most powerful leaders are the ones who are learning and growing, and they lead with humility, relatability, and honesty. I am totally imperfect, but I'll tell you what I will do. I don't know like all the theories, I don't know all the things that are out there. But one thing that I do on a regular basis for myself is I listen to my spirit guides, I listen to my intuition, I trust God, and I keep my nose clean, meaning like I don't dabble in bullshit. I don't. Okay. I keep myself, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying that I'm a good person. What I'm saying is I don't fuck around. When it comes to coaching, I just listen. All right. I listen and I use my heart and I use my intuition and I allow God to speak through me to reach the person who's in front of me. I don't do anything fancy. I just listen and I work from my heart. That's, I think, the best advice that I can give you. So, to shift your belief, keep in mind that you don't have to have all the answers. You just need to be willing to share what you have learned already. You don't have to learn everything in order to share. You've learned a lot already. Focus on what you know, create your programs, right? You have to do all those things. You have to do the things to build your coaching business. So make sure that you have a really good signature program and then bring that to the marketplace and allow your clients to come and work with you at the level where you are. The more you do that, the more you will grow, and then you'll be able to work with people at a deeper level. There's always somebody who needs you at the level where you are, but you have to be willing to create your messaging, to create your offer, and to put yourself out there so that they can enjoy what you have. All right? So make a list of the things that you've already learned on your journey that could help someone else. Just remember that you are already a teacher. You just have to claim it. So what's your next step as a spiritual leader? Well, the truth is you're already a spiritual leader. You already have been. Okay, remember this. You don't need a title, you don't need permission, and you don't need a perfectly mapped out plan. But you do need a plan. Okay, I'm going to scratch that because you do need a plan. It just doesn't need to be perfect, but there are some things you do need to do. You need to learn that though. All right. You don't have to, it's not going to just unfold in front of you. You need to sit down and work some things out. All right. So you need to show up fully as yourself. You have to embody what you believe and you have to share what you know. And when you do, you're going to naturally inspire the people around you. You're going to create a powerful ripple effect of healing and transformation. And you're going to step into the leadership role that you really, really crave in your heart. So here's your challenge. I want you to start now. Share something, teach something, guide someone, even in a small, small way. Your presence is already making an impact. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Remember to join the Aspiring Coaches Hub, and I look forward to seeing you back here next Tuesday, um, here on my channel. And that's it. Bye for now, everyone. Mwah! Arrivederci.